emergency room nurse for about 16 of 23 years. Also worked critical care transport. Currently working in the recovery room, but basically most of my life I've been an emergency room nurse. Most of the places I've worked have been a level 1 trauma center, and so usually the worst of the worst patients get brought to us. Highest percentage of motor vehicle accidents, alcohol related, drug related, but mostly auto versus pedestrians, people hit by cars, or car versus cars, rollover, high speed type accidents. Before being introduced to Collington Driving Concepts, I thought I was a good driver. I guess it's a concept of what John talks about, is you don't know what you don't know until you realize that you don't know. And then once the eyes are opened up, you realize that you've been lucky. Just recently I went out with John for a couple hour lesson, and just the things that I thought I would already excelled, especially with the things I've learned. But just realizing there's even additional things you can keep working at and keep practicing at to be safer.
So, is it safe to make a lane change right?
Look at my blind spot, yes.
How about this truck pulling out?
You can pull up into that.
Boom.
Okay.
You see it?
Yep.
So it's not only what's behind you, it's what's coming in up front.
Right.
You know, one of the most effective strategies that I've learned through the Collington Driving Concepts, they talk about it being like a chessboard. It really is. I drive 45 miles commute to my work, literally about an hour and 15 minutes, hour and a half through some of the most dangerous freeways, the 405 and the 101 in Southern California. And I just, by applying the chessboard strategy and the keep away strategy, I find myself positioning myself both out of people's blind spots, well enough away from everybody else so I'm not getting in accidents, controlling the people behind me. I mean, it's amazing how well it really worked once I started applying it. And I really feel like it keeps me safer every day when driving in Southern California freeways. I realize that this is just an amazing way to keep everyone safe. It's a strategy that we never really think about. You get your driver's license at age 16, and beyond that, you never test it again. You're never checked again, other than maybe doing an occasional written test, but never really checks your skills. And even at that, it's just a very basic test. We do so many things. As a nurse, I'm required to get 30 units every 2 years at minimum of education and training to keep my profession and stay current. Doctors, the same thing. But yet we have this car that it's a lethal weapon. I mean, it really is. And it's probably and I know the statistics that they use, that 120, 130 people die every day. I mean, it's just amazing to think that we just let it go by, and we spend so much time and money and effort on the safety of vehicles by the billions of dollars put into seatbelts, airbags. I mean, all those things are great. They save lives. But why test them? Why have to get to that point? Why not stop the trauma and the injuries before it happens? Prevent traumas, prevent the accidents. I mean, that's what it's all about. It's preventing the accident before it happens. It's just amazing how much, especially once you start practicing it and applying the information, how fast you realize what a better driver, and you realize bad habits you've been doing before. And I was amazed. It works. It really works. I have become so much of a more confident driver, especially in Southern California freeways and roads. I don't fear getting in an accident, or I'm not as fearful of the other person that's coming at me. I'm responsible for myself, and I always used to think I was out of control as to what everybody else did. But now I realize I can be not in control of my car, but I can also control other people and keep myself safe that way as well.